Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Mythic Taloc, specifically a Feral Druid perspective as usual, but this can kind of apply for any and all melee specs, so even if you're not a Feral Druid, this may have some helpful tips, or at least you can kind of view the fight, know what to prepare for when you go into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And obviously like and subscribe if you do. Get at me in the comment section for things you enjoyed, things you didn't, things you think I missed out. If I make mistakes, if I call something wrong, tell me. I want to hear it. I'm not perfect on it, so yeah, definitely get at me. And also guys, check out the Twitch channel. That's just twitch.tv/cyberslat as normal. Everything cyberslat. Follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the video, so thank you for watching. Okay guys, and for anybody interested, I'm just going to give you kind of a brief overview of what I'm running for this fight. So this fight took us 4 minutes 45 seconds. I was running Lunar Inspiration, Jagged Wound, Sabertooth, Blood Talents. My Azure traits were Archive of the Titans, Gushing Lacerations, and Swirling Sands. You can see the various gear item level pieces that I have. My weapon's kind of not cutting it at the minute, but and then you can kind of see the overall damage breakdown, so that might be useful. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Thank you. Alright guys, here we go. Let's take a look at Mythic Taloc. Now, I've not got my sounds on or anything, so you can't hear any of the callouts. Basically, you can see, obviously going to be starting from stealth. I'm running Blood Talents, so I'm going to have my Blood Talents proc up. You could see the X marker where we're going to be stacking the kind of, I guess, the defiled crap that you get. I don't know the name of all the abilities because, I don't care about mechanics, but apparently some people do. So as you can see, some people in the group are kind of stacking those outside of the raid towards the X marker. Just trying to get myself on the DPS meters there. I'm way down. We don't have any burst at the minute as Feral, so that's kind of our issue. So in this fight, you'll have this mechanic here, and I'll kind of just pause that and let you take that in a second. You see this mechanic here where some people in the raid have rings around them, but others don't, like the tank and these demon hunters. So the mechanic is, if you have the rings around you, then you want to spread out, but you have to be quick with it and spread out immediately because it slows you, and anyone else in it will also take damage when the effect expires. And then you stack on the tank if you don't have the rings around you, and you kind of just soak up with the tank. There's also the mechanic that you saw there with the charge, that you want to kind of move away to the opposite side of the room of the boss so that you don't take as much damage from, I guess, the slam effect or the charge effect. So yeah, and then apart from that, guys, we're just going through our rotation. So as you know, Thrash is part of the Feral single target rotation at the minute. You can see I jump out of cat form there to Hardcaster Regrowth just to make sure that I'm getting a kind of a charge, a Blood Talents Ferocious Bite. It may or may not be worth it. I guess it depends on a few factors. I personally there's something in a little bit OCD. I just want to do it. Now on this, at 35% health, the boss is no longer targetable. He runs into the middle of the room, and you go on this platform. You start to descend. Quite similar to Heroic, right? If you've done Heroic, it's very similar. Except on Mythic, you have 2 beams that can affect the raid. So you got to watch out for both of those beams. It's easiest just to obviously stack on your raid leader and just let him kind of call things out and just stack. For example, we're stacking on Star. And meanwhile, you just kill the add. There's the prio add, the blood here, and then kind of the volatile droplets that you kind of just let your range kill. They're not worth targeting because by the time you get to them, then, you can't really, there's nothing, they're dead, basically. Yeah, so that's all we kind of really do. You probably kill about 3 or 4 adds until you descend to the bottom level, and then it's back onto the boss, and it's just all the same, and you just kind of kill it. So here, obviously, guys, I'm trying to Blood Talons my Rips and my Rakes, keep my Moonfire sustained on the target as quickly, get it on the target as quickly as possible. I want to try and not go energy capped, because there's no need to be. Even if I can't attack the mob, I can at least be Moonfire spamming to just kind of sustain a little bit of DPS. Now, what I wanted to do there is I wanted to try and use my Skull Bash to charge to the mob, so I didn't get affected to the knockback. Something that you can use on Fetid Devourer, by the way, which I will hopefully be showing you once I get that kill. Excuse me. So you can see I get the mechanic on myself. I kind of move out a little bit, not too much, because I don't know. I want to keep doing damage, so I'm a little bit cheeky sometimes with my mechanics. You can kind of see that Feral at the minute is lacking in our burst damage with the build that I'm going. If you have Incarnation, you have Moment of Clarity, and you can kind of get a little bit more burst damage in there. But with this build, you don't really have burst damage. You just have sustained bleed damage, which, you know, is good enough for me. But you can see it's kind of the same mechanics as on the first phase. I do let my Rake drop off here, which is kind of quite bad. Just a top tip: if you're at 5 combo points and Rake is about to fall off the target, it's at 1 second, it's about to fall off. It is better to overcap on combo points and re-Rake rather than to, like, you know, use your finisher and then Rake. It's better to not have Rake fall off. You know, try and do that as best you can. As I was mentioning, Thrash is part of our single target rotation. You only really want to use it if you can get a free kind of a Moment of Clarity proc Thrash. Otherwise, just keep shredding. It's not worthwhile, I don't think. So there I am, stacking on the tank. Again, I hardcast a Regrowth, and then Tiger's Fury to avoid an additional global cool GCD. Yeah. And there we go, guys. That's the boss kill. I mean, there's not really too much to it. It's the standard kind of just maintain your dots on the boss, and that's pretty much it. The mechanics aren't too troubling. If you have the red ring around you, you move out. If you don't have the red ring on you, then you stack on the tank. That's for melee. I'm not quite sure how it works exactly for the ranged. I don't play a ranged. I ignore all ranged tactics. Sometimes I ignore melee tactics as well. I apologize for the stream overlay, by the way, guys. I know that that's probably a bit annoying for some of you. I do need to kind of get my UI a little bit more streamlined. We did get loot on this boss, unfortunately. Never lucky. Hey, no streamer loot. Am I right, boys? But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope there wasn't too much fluff. If there was anything I missed out, anything you think I could have gone into greater detail, please let me know. And I'll try and run through that for the next video. But guys, that is the kill. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.